No needy way to get copywriting clients. Another video here from the lobby. The lighting here is perfect. I'm gonna jump on my computer, show you exactly how to get copywriting clients the no needy way. Now, this method takes some time to build up, but it's something sustainable. If you look around in the industry, most people tell you to send cold DMs, cold emails, and sure, that will get you your first 3 to 5 clients, but is that sustainable? Is that something you want to be doing for the rest of your life? I want a method that I can build and let compound interest work in my favor. So at some point, I really don't have to send out those cold DMs or cold emails and have people come to me instead, because that's what you want. No needy way to get copywriting clients. In a second, you will see why I have a picture of Cristiano Ronaldo right here. But before we get into that, let's talk about the problem that there is in the industry. And by the way, I'm not a client getting expert. That is not my expertise. My expertise is on working with clients and making them a lot of money. However, I know how to get clients for myself, and I will give you some of the strategies that I use to never have to chase clients and actually have them come to me. So let's talk about the problem that there is in the industry. If you look around, there is just so many gurus teaching copywriting and teaching people how to send cold DMs, how to send cold emails, and they're just so easy to craft. So when you do that, when you follow those strategies, what you're doing is just sounding and saying the exact same things to the same people. So it's very hard to compete and get clients that way. Now, this method that I'm gonna teach you right now takes time, but the whole idea is differentiation, because that's the name of the game. And it is the only way that you're going to build a sustainable career to where you are at a point in your life where clients come to you and you don't have to be chasing clients. And I wanna show you something real quick. These 3 screenshots, I could have added more, but it would just make this video longer. But this is what happens when you actually apply the strategy that I'm gonna show you. So these are 3 different people reaching out to me for different reasons. So one of them is they want to learn how I write stuff. Number 2, somebody sending referrals for clients. And number 3, this one was very special because this person could have gone with so many other copywriters, but he wanted to work with me because of some of the things I've done to make myself different and position myself as a better copywriter in this industry. And one of those things is talking about my faith. So now, here's the thing. So people who hire copywriters are the most sophisticated buyers out there. By sophistication, it means that they know exactly what's going on behind a cold email or a cold message. They know your state. They know that you might be new. They know that you might not have clients right now, that you maybe don't have experience, and they also just see the same messages. So why would they reply, and why would they want to pay you more if the other guy who's in the exact same spot as you, skill-wise, is charging a lot less? So this approach is going to fix that. Now, this is something that I want you to think about. When you chase, they run, and that's what neediness does. And when you send cold emails and cold DMs, if you're not doing it right, you're just coming across as a very needy person, and you're just repelling people from working with you. And I want you to think about this guy right here. Do you think that he's chasing around or sending cold emails to brands to work with them? For example, Adidas, do you think he's sending cold emails, or Adidas coming to him for an endorsement? So Adidas is coming to this guy for an endorsement. And the number one reason why is because this guy has built a personal brand. And that's what you have to do as a copywriter. No, so now the personal brand part, you already are familiar with that concept probably if you are on YouTube. And it goes beyond just getting copywriting clients, because when you build a personal brand, you can literally sell people on your personality. So you get to the point where you can sell them anything, where you create any product that you create, you can pretty much sell them anything. And example of Cristiano Ronaldo, he's a soccer player. So by default, right, the only things he should be promoting is soccer balls, soccer t-shirts, maybe some, I don't know, something around soccer, because that's his niche. But this dude can literally go into the fashion industry and sell anything he wants. He can go into health and sell a supplement. He can go into the clothing industry and sell clothes, and he can do that effortlessly. And that's because he has created a personal brand, which is not just around soccer, but it's around his personality and other things that matter to him. And that's the thing that a personal brand allows you to do when you do it right. And that's what I'm gonna dive into it right now. So building your personal brand. So what happens when you build your personal brand, especially in the copywriting space, is that you're leaving your digital footprint on your prospects' minds, claim market share in their thinking, and make them want you before they even need your services. And the way you do that is, what you will need to do that, right? So number one, you will need to pick a niche, pick an audience that you want to serve. In my case, I work with personal brands, Meta. I work with people who have personal brands online and they run ads and sell online courses. So once you've defined the audience that you want to help, you find out where are they hanging out. Like, what's the platform they're using to hang out? So what is the platform right here? For me personally, I use Facebook because they are just there. What I find on Facebook for platform is I find the decision makers, and I also find other providers that have access to the people I want to serve. So media buyers, other copywriters, funnel designers, sales guys, they're all there. So that's why I chose Facebook as a platform. And then you're gonna need content. I'm gonna dive, these two right here are pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. So pick an audience and then define where they are at. And then the thing that gets people tripped up a lot is the content. So how do you produce content that actually gets you clients? And that's right here. So perception is everything. You wanna be perceived as a higher end. Status is everything. Because if you want clients to come to you, you really want to be at a higher status than most people. So think about it like this, right? So if you have a personal brand, your status is right here. When you are comparing yourself to copywriters who are just sending cold DMs and cold emails, they have no status, and that's why they have to chase. However, when you are right here, they come to you. So the way you do that is good pictures, be professional in everything you do. So I will delete any pictures where you're smoking, or unless that is the brand that you want to build. But pictures from high school, pictures where you're just doing dumb stuff, or pictures of your cat, unless the cat plays a role in your personal brand. But so yeah, good pictures, professional, be like them. And by be like them, I mean, like, what are the things that these people are interested in? Funnily enough, for me, I've been so lucky that my clients are interested in the same things I'm interested in. So they are interested in self-development, psychology, sales, and a lot of them now are interested in following God and following Jesus. So I can literally just blend in with them because those are the things I'm about, and those are the things I actually talk about in my content. So the other thing you would do is show your hobbies. This will make you freaking different. And by hobbies, I mean, like, do you play soccer? Do you work out a lot? Are you a carnivore? Do you take cold showers? Do you follow Wim Hof? Things like that. Like, talk about things that are very rare. Maybe you are the only person interested in those things in your area where you live. However, online, you will find more people like that. And what these things do is, like, very subtle, but dude, these are the things that make you bond with the right people online. And I'm gonna show you some posts and some content that I've done before in a second, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So now here are simple content archetypes and simple, like, different types of content that you can write about. Now, a lot of times, right, when you think about content, you think that you have to be showing expertise, that you have to be showing the results you're getting for your clients. But in reality, it has nothing to do with that. It's more about showing personality. So personality, like personal brand. So again, what I've done is I find 3 topics that define me, or 3 topics that define you. 3 things that you actually do and live by. For me, I'm a Christian. I love fitness and I love psychology. I love wisdom, and yeah, I love to build things. And that's 3 things that, very simple, define me. I'm also a minimalist, and yeah, I talk about those things online. So I'm gonna show you some examples of content that I created right here, and that exemplify each of these topics. And this one right here is legit about an idea that I found about luxury. By the way, I also like to dress well. I like style. And this post right here was about how like Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton use status techniques where you walk into their store and they will treat you badly. They will not pay attention. They will not try to serve you. And the reason they do that compared to other stores where, when you walk into Macy's, for example, everybody's jumping on to you and be like, hey, how can I help you? How can I help you? And these stores do not do that at all. And the reason they do that is because they want to status frame you. They want you to feel below their level. And what that does is like it makes you want the brand more. So when you want the brand more, you are proving yourself to the brand instead of the brand proving themselves to you. And I wrote a post about that and how like you can do that with copywriting, right? And those are the things that my clients are paying attention to. My observations of the world, what I think about psychology. And if I'm talking about these things like, hey, when you do XYZ with your writing or your content or your emails or your sales letters, clients have to prove themselves to you rather than you have to prove themselves to your clients, right? That displays my skills and my abilities to write and think. And they know that if they hire me, they will get these things, right? Compared to, this is more powerful than just sending a cold DM to people. All right, so this is displaying skills by telling stories. Let's put it that way, but also like making an observation about something that I'm passionate about, which is, like I said, dressing nice and luxury brands and status combined to copywriting. Now, the next post right here, this is about fitness. This is, again, I got an ad from this company called Just Meats. And by the way, this is a great company. And I talked about how they got me to buy from an ad. And the main thing that they got me to do, or why they got me, was that their messaging was just so clear. When a lot of other meal prep companies were trying to sell me on how delicious their meals were, on how many ingredients they had, Just Meats said the most simple thing that you can say to a guy that likes to eat steaks and chicken. They say 30 grams of protein for $5, which made absolutely sense to me. And it clicked, and I was like, okay. And I bought it. And I became a customer to them for like 6 months until like they decided to not ship my orders anymore, so I had to cancel them. So this right here, this content right here, I am talking about my hobbies, which is, or something that is important to me, which is eating healthy. And then I'm relating that to copywriting, because your message has to be clear. You have to be able to express things and say things in ways that it clicks with your customer. And again, I'm just displaying skill and showing personality and things that makes my brand different than everybody else. Now, this one right here, it's another one. And by the way, this one right here had like 100 likes. And this one didn't do so well in likes, but dude, it got like 3 people to buy Just Meats. It's crazy. And then this one right here is a very different type of post. So this one, I talked about my faith and my belief in God, right? And pretty much what I said is that I went to write in the morning to Starbucks, and I met this person. He was a 70-year-old guy, and his name was Jim. And Jim goes to Starbucks every single Friday, every 2 weeks, because he wants to evangelize, and he wants to like people to ask him what he's doing so he can spread the gospel of Jesus. And we had a great conversation, but at the end, I asked Jim if he could go back to when he was 28, which is my age, what would he do differently? And what he told me shocked me. He said that he would not listen to his father when it came to advice, because at the beginning, when he was young, he wanted to own a business. However, his dad told him that it was risky and to just become a 9-to-5 employee. So Jim followed his dad's advice, but now he's unhappy with the job he has, because he has to ask for permission to actually go to Starbucks every 2 weeks. He takes off. So that was the post about, and as you can see here, people love that. Jim is one of us, blah, blah, blah. What a great post. And these are the things that I'm talking about. So remember, like you're dealing with people here. So anytime so let's say that, out of these people that read my content and that read this one, and this one, and they find themselves in a position to having to hire a copywriter. Number one, I display my skills of writing. I've showed them that I can write and that I also can think differently than other people. I'm showing them that I am very much like them, that if they hire me, they're going to have fun because they are, they could talk to me about things that they don't get to talk to about with other people, like fitness or God, because those things, not everybody shares those same beliefs. So when they hire a copywriter that is not about those things, man, like it is just a conversation about copy and results, which is boring. And people want to do business with people they like. There is a concept that goes trust-like factor or something like that. So that's what content does, and that's what building a personal brand does for you. And if I wanted to, if I keep expanding on these topics and I just keep talking about these topics for 3, 4, 5 years and my audience grows exponentially, I become an expert in these things right here. And people will listen to my advice on these things that I'm talking about. This is the perception part of things and how you create that digital footprint in their mind. So whenever they're thinking about hiring copywriters, they think about you. Make them want you before they even need you. The other aspect of this is networking. So making friends, like legit is just like in real life. Just like you wouldn't approach a stranger on the streets and be like, dude, can you buy from me? Like, are you hiring a copywriter? Or hey man, I'm a copywriter and I do XYZ, and if you don't get your results, you don't pay. Like that would just turn people off immediately, right? So you wouldn't do that in real life, don't do it online. And what you wanna do instead is non-needy networking, which means, dude, engage with their content, right? Because if you're engaging with people that you actually like, that's why you have to have a dream audience, people who are about the things you like. Because if you are an expert in soccer and they just share a post about how Madrid beat Barcelona, you can literally go in there and share your honest opinion about it. I thought about XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. For me personally, I'm not into soccer, but I'm passionate about content creation, drones, eating healthy, working out. So whenever people share content about those things, I'm able to just share my opinion and display that I'm like them. And eventually that leads to a conversation, which I choose to turn into a phone call, connect with them and tell them about my services, what I do. And eventually, that becomes a client. However, at this point where I am in my career, I do get messages like this, but I don't really take action on them most of the times. And I'm not posting content because I am not looking for new clients. But in the future, I might just continue, but we'll see. Anyway, so this was it. Hopefully this was helpful and you get something out of it. And if you watch the entire thing, leave a comment below and let me know if this was helpful.